Good morning, Steve. I'm filming this video to frame up my thinking around all the different strategies and stuff that I've put in this proposal. I feel that in the current climate, um, lots of real estate agents are just going to take the same approach. So, in order to cut through the noise and everything else on the market, personally, I feel that you need to be a lot more active. And I know from different agents that I've heard about and spoke to over East, the ones that are doing the best are the ones that are actually being active and following trends that are going on. Um, for example, social media, for instance. Now, when I was going through, I'll give you my mind map as well to just to kind of show how I break down my ideas. When I was working for DG Institute, how we built Dom's brand and her community was from every event, we would get feedback, ask feedback from the clients, um, starting with what they enjoyed and what they think that we could do more of, and is there anything else that we can add? And what we noticed was that people were a lot happier then because you could solve any grievances that they had on the spot. Um, and it would give Dom really good feedback to develop the product further or to develop new products and essentially give her target market exactly what they wanted. So we would build all the sales and everything around basically what the client wants. So just reverse engineering what the client wants. We also learned a lot from a project marketer that she had on stage, and he was basically teaching people how to sell off the plan. He worked in the northern beaches of Sydney. His name's Peter Grant from memory. You can probably research him if you want. So he's a project marketer and he works in that high end market in Sydney. He was saying to us that the most successful way that he'd found to sell off the plan was to use as minimal marketing material, like physical marketing material, as possible, because his agents and people would be inclined to just print out marketing material, send it through, and wait for somebody to come back. So what he would do is he would just print out plans and he would get the people in face to face because 70% of all communication is body language. So that's why email and texts aren't as effective. Anyway, so he would get people in and he would basically get them emotionally attached to building their own property. I'm sure you probably know this from different new home sales and off the plan stuff. So I'm kind of combining those two ideas on getting feedback from the local community in terms of what they want to see in the future project. And we would definitely put parameters around that. Within the conversation, we would say something along the lines of, look, the planning department have given us an outline or guidelines of what we can and can't do, so it has to fit within this theme or this feel, you know, health and wellness, lifestyle, arty, basically everything that you want to do, and just blame it on the planning department or the council, whatever works. And the idea behind this would be for the local clients to feel like they are building their own community, get them emotionally bought in, spread the word of mouth marketing. So essentially what you were saying with the PO Box unlisted marketing campaign, and basically get them to refer people to us. Anybody who's interested in buying down here, anybody who's interested in moving business or starting their own business, future leasing. So pretty much getting the community to develop one leg of our client base for future sales and leases, etc. The other thing it does is it gets them emotionally committed. Well, I guess they are already, but their future, like the friends and family that they talk about, here is this project where you can actually shape the community yourself. So that's kind of the thinking that I've got behind that aspect. So I guess that idea would cover a value add that no other estate is offering, as far as I can see anyway. I've broken down a few dates to consider for different campaigns. Where else? Okay, pre-sales. Obviously, working with local agents would be the easiest and most effective. However, the only thing that they have that you don't have is an existing client database. So maximizing and leveraging off that is probably the most important and the most effective solution right now. So I've got a couple of questions to that I would ask if I was in your position. What else? Oh, the other thing with asking the locals for feedback is it's very easy once they've given you all their ideas and they've got excited about something. It's then very easy to transition to asking for a testimonial. And that's how we would run all our conversations when we're working in the event space. We would start by asking for feedback, and then if we got the feel that they would be open for a testimonial, we would ask them for a testimonial. Normally, people were quite happy to give a written testimonial. And then, if they were still quite excited, how about going on camera and saying that? Now, that's in the event space, slightly different. So, from a community point of view, maybe we could run some sort of prize for written testimonials and potentially just single out people who we think would be open to giving a video testimonial, and maybe giving them a lunch or a dinner for two at your restaurant, or a prize that's worth a certain value. You know, you can decide how much you want to pay for that sort of thing. Pretty easy to put together a bit of a video sales promo, sales videos. We actually poached the videographer from the Entourage and brought him over to work with Dom and our team. I don't know how much he charged for that. Sean Heppel is his name. However, he's now traveling, so we wouldn't be able to get him. But it's probably something that I assume you'd want to keep local if possible. And even if we just got a local one to film it and then we outsourced all the editing to a more cost-effective solution, that's definitely possible as well. And then the budget, well, I don't know what your other solutions are. What I've put in the budget breakdown is I've just put an estimated standard commission for what a real estate agent would charge. I expect selling small parcels of land, they're probably going to charge a higher commission. I don't know. I haven't actually inquired about that before, down here anyway. and they would probably try and get you to commit to prepaid advertising campaigns. So I've given a bit of an estimate down there, but essentially what I'm getting at is in order to proceed with this type of active marketing campaign, you would want to make sure that it's more cost effective than just going with a normal real estate agent. Otherwise, it doesn't make any commercial sense. So if you look at this as split testing, split test going directly with agents against running something like this, or even if you had something else in mind, you could start off with using real cost-effective solutions as part of this proposal, and then after the first 3 months or whatever, measure the results against what the agents are getting. The beauty about taking everything in-house and breaking it all down, like I've kind of outlined here, is that you can build your own leads and use them for future business purposes. So whether you want to direct market to them for business and sales and business and leasing, whether you want to stick directly with just selling the land. You mentioned about your other property and potentially doing a tourism development there, so you may be able to use the same type of marketing and gather the leads and market directly to them, especially if you're going to do it over the Christmas period. That's probably a really good time to capture all those leads. And once you've built all the campaigns, which is probably the most time consuming part, you can then just rerun the ads and it's only your marketing budget. It doesn't cost a lot to produce anything extra. So I hope that's given you a bit of an outline of where I'm up to and where my thinking is in terms of if I was in your position. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. This is obviously a bit of a macro overview, and we'll just drill down deeper into the bits that you feel is necessary and go from there. So hope to talk to you soon.